Hey, welcome back to the channel. So today we have a fog of war puzzle. It's been a few days since I did the last one, and I wanted to get back into it because I enjoy them and you guys seem to as well. So let's take a look at this one. And if you could, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. I don't tend to like to say that because I just want you guys to do what you guys want to do, but I would like to start getting the channel a little bit bigger so I can start getting a bigger audience. So counting on you guys to do that for me. Thank you. Enough of the plug. Let's look at the rules of this thing and see if we can get this solved. Now, like I said, this is a fog of war. Haven't done one in a few days. It's called German Summer in the Fog. It's by Megan033. Now, we do most of the, I would say, fog of wars we do are from this creator. Not because I'm specifically trying to post their puzzles. It's because, first off, they do quite a few of them. Secondly, they're all pretty darn good. But I am also trying to find some other creators who have this quality of fog of war type of puzzles, and there are things that, first off, I'm able to solve because some of them I just can't do. There's certain levels of puzzles out there that are just meant for absolute geniuses, and I'm not one of them. But anyway, that's kind of something I'm looking at, and I've got to stop babbling so that you guys can get to a video and see what's going on. So, German Summer in the Fog, Megan033. Let's look at some rules. So we've got normal Sudoku rules apply. So every row, every column, and every 3x3 box contains the digits 1 through 9 once each. Adjacent digits along a green whisper line green German whisper line, say all the words, must have a difference of at least 5. So here we do have one that's not in our fog, so we can take a look at it. Essentially what it just means that any digit you put on here, the adjacent digit must be at least 5 away from it, as it says. We've got digits along each thermometer must increase starting from the bulb end. Again, we do have a thermo here, so we can show it as an example. So whatever this digit is in the bulb is going to be the lowest digit on the thermo. Whatever this digit is on the tip is going to be the highest digit on the thermo, and it will increase from the bulb to the tip without staying the same or without reducing in number, or value is probably a better way to say it. Then we've got some Kropki dot rules. So a black dot between cells indicates cell values with a 2-to-1 ratio. We do have a black Kropki we can look at. So essentially that just means that this digit, if you call it x, this would be x over 2 or 2x. Another way to look at it, and it's semantics essentially, but however works best for you and how you can understand this, is whatever this digit is, this is half or double of the other digit. And then we've got white dots between cells indicate cells with consecutive values. We do not have one currently showing. So we'll use this black dot again, but just imagine that's a whited dot in this example. So whatever this digit is, this would be consecutive with it. So if this was a 1, this would be a 2. If this was a 5, this would be a 4 or 6, something like that. And not all dots are given, so there is no negative constraint, which is good to know. We've got adjacent cells connected with an x must sum to 10. So that's, we do have one of those x's here. So these two digits, whatever they are, they just add up to 10. And then our last rule, of course, is the grid is partially covered with fog. Correctly placed digits will clear the fog around that cell. No guessing is required. So if we were to figure out what this is by the logic within the given puzzle, that would clear out all of these cells of fog, and therefore we could determine, or we could remove this fog, and then hopefully there would be extra clues behind this that we would be able to continue to use to further the puzzle. And those are all the rules. So that all said, hopefully the weather is going to hold out. I'd mentioned in my previous video, we've got a tropical storm / hurricane that's coming right at us. So I'm hoping to get a couple of videos recorded before any weather incidents occur where I might not be capable of producing content. So let's get into this one and see if we can get it figured out. Anyway, so where the heck are we going to look on this thing? Because there isn't anything here I see that just screams at me. Now, we know on German whispers we can never put a 5. We know on an X we can never put a 5. We know on a black Kropki dot we can never put a 5, so that's something, I guess. At least 3 places with a 5. Actually, this can't be a 5, because if this was a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we'd have a black Kropki dot, means this would have to be a 2, but we've already used the 2 in this region. So one of these has to be a 5. Okay. I don't know if that's really helpful, but it's something. What else is there? One of these is a 5. How can we use that to our advantage? The other thing we can think, I'll get away from that for a second because I don't see anything really there, is that we have to put, whatever we put in this cell, it's either high or low. We don't know which. And then these 3 adjacent cells next to it must be the opposite. So if we were to put a low cell here, all 3 of these have to be high. If we were to put a high cell here, all 3 of these would have to be low. So is that useful? Again, we say that a lot. Is that useful? Because sometimes there's a lot of information, but it doesn't necessarily help you. I guess that means that this is a fairly extreme digit, because we can't, there's only so many digits you can have 3 other digits that are 5 away from it. 1 and 2 would work, because you can put a 6, 7, 8, and 9s in here. If it's a 1, if it's a 2, it's just 7, 8, and 9. And then 8 and 9, because if you put a 8 in here, these would be 1, 2, and 3. If you put a 9, it's from 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's something. We still don't know if this is high or low, how those interact with these. Is there anything about this X? Well, we can't put a 1, 9 on this X, because you can never put a 1 or a 9 here. You can't put a 2, 8 on this X either, interestingly enough, because you can't put a 2 or an 8 here. So we're either looking at this being a 3, 7 or a 6, 4. Now, does that do anything for us? This can be 7. I was going to say it can't be. But we can't ever... No, that's not true either. I was going to say something. If this was a 3 or a 6, this would... Well, okay, this can't be a 7. It's on a black Kropki, so let's get rid of that as an option. Now, what are our options over here? 3 or 6. This can't ever be 6, because the 5 would have no place to go. So this can't be a 3. We can remove that as an option. And this being a 4, 6 now, this actually makes this hash to be the most extreme of digits. Because if this is a 4, there's only 1 digit goes with 4 on a German whisper, and that's 9. And if this is a 6, there's only 1 digit that goes on a German whisper with 6, and that's a 1. So this is a 4, 6 pair. Because obviously if this is 4, 6, this can't have a 7 on it. Now, what can we say about this one? We didn't finish that thought process. If this is a 6, this is a 3. If this is a 4, this has to be a 2 because it can't be an 8. So we get a 2, 3. Okay. How is that going to help us further? How indeed. If this is a 4, this would be 9. And these would be 2 low digits. So that would be all of the low digits taken care of. And therefore, this would be the 5, and these would be from 6, 7, and 8. If this is a 6, this becomes a 1. These are 2 high digits. Sorry, I just got distracted. Somebody's texting me. It never fails when I start making a video. if this is a 6, this has to be a 1. These would be 2 high digits from 7, 8, or 9. 6, this would be 4. This would be the 5, and this would be a high digit. I guess we know this is always a high digit from 7, 8, or 9. And well, this has to. Okay. My brain isn't functioning properly right now because I'm not. This seems like it should be a slightly easier to break in than what I'm making it, but I could be completely wrong. If this is a 2, what did we say? This is a 4. These are all the low digits. So therefore, this has to be a 5, and these are all high. This is a 3. This is a 4, because that has to be a 6. And this is a low digit, so this would have to be low. So this is either 5 or low. And I'm thinking this is either a 5 or high. What, again, so we're guaranteed either a low and a 5 or a 5 and a high in these. These, okay, wait. Doesn't this just have, no, it doesn't. It's 2, 3, or 5. Keep wanting to put a 1 somewhere. I mean, I guess one of these has to be a 1, but that doesn't quite tell me much. This is from 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. If this is 4, this is 5. If this is 6, this is a 2, 3 pair. Come on, buddy. You can do this. I am struggling badly. Oh, wait a second. If this is 6, this has to be 4. And this has to be 3. How the heck do you put anything between 3 and 4? This can't be 6. This is 4. Oh, yeah. A little slow. This has to be 5. Get rid of the 5. This now has to be 2. Yeah. This is 9. These are low, 1 and 3. This is not 9, so this is a 7, 8 pair, so therefore this has to be 7, this has to be 8. That was not difficult, and I made it difficult. I guess sometimes when you're looking at something in a certain way, it kind of blocks any other ideas out there, so when you actually look at it the correct way, it becomes obvious. But until you actually say to yourself, what if this was this, it doesn't jump out at you. At least that's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it. Okay. Now that we've figured that out, we have some information. And what is that information? I mean, this thermo doesn't really seem like there's much doing on it, does it? Because it's not, I mean, it is semi-long, but it's not super long. Is there any way to really reduce this down? Like, what can this be? What's the bare minimum this can be? It's 5, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But this can't be 5, because if that was 5, this has to be 8, and we can't have 8. So this has to be from 1, 2, 3, or 4. If this is 4, this would have to be 6, 7, 8, 9 again. That doesn't work, because you can't put a 5 here. So this isn't 4. So we've got a 1, 2, or 3. And I swear This group chat that's going on in my phone right now is driving me insane. You can't hear it, thankfully. Bunch of buddies are joking, I guess, about playing golf in this hurricane. So what does that tell me? Can we start figuring out some of these other digits? Because that actually got reduced fairly heartily. Now, this would have to be at a bare minimum 2, but it can't be 2, so it's 3 or 4. It can't be 5. Could it ever be 6? No, because we have the same situation. If this was a 6, this would have to be 7, 8, and 9. We can't put 8 here. So this is either 3 or 4. And if that's 3 or 4, then we're looking at this being, can't be 4, could be 5, can't be 6. Again, it can't be 7. Is that right? That's weird. It looks like this has to be a 5, and there's nothing else that will work. Yeah, because if this is 5, wait, let me think about that one. Sorry. Bare minimum, this has to be a 4 because of what we've already figured out, and it can't be a 4. It could be a 5. It cannot be a 6. It can't be 7 because we'd forced the 8 or the 9. It can't be anything else. This is just a 5. That is kind of weird that that works that way. And now this can't be 7, 8, or 9, and it has to be higher than 5, so it has to be 6. This has to be 7, 8, or 9 then. Huh, that's weird. What about this 3, 4 pair? Does that do anything now that we've opened up some stuff and we can see into this fog a little bit? Well, if it's 3, this has to be 4 because it can't be 2. Oops, sorry, hit the wrong button. If it's 4, it has to be 3 because this can't be 5. So this is just a 3, 4 pair looking up at this, which is 1 and 3. Okay, now this, I don't know if anybody else is seeing what I'm seeing, but this is looking oddly like a Fistamafel type of a ring. And I don't usually go into Fistamafel because it's, what's the best way to put it? Above my pay grade, above my intellect in terms of how to describe what it is. I guess the best way to just say it is, you don't have to necessarily know all the reasoning behind it, and I'm not the one to teach you because I'm not smart enough to do so, but whatever these digits are in this, these other digits here have to be the exact same digit. That's what Fistamafel ends up being. So these digits all in here are the exact same digits that are going into all these 4 corners. I'm not going to go there, at least not until I don't see anything else. But, is there anything further we can do? Oh, actually, I just saw something. We got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Looking at a German whisper, this must be a high digit because it can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. So it's therefore 6, 7, 8, or 9. It can't be 6 because you'd have to put a 1 on both sides, and that doesn't work. Therefore, you know that these are all high digits as well. This is not 6 for the same reason. That one wasn't. This can't be 9. These therefore have to be low, 1, 2, 3, and 4. This can't, well, these two can't be 4. Because you'd have to put a 9 on both sides of them. Same with this one, 9 would have to go on both sides, but you can't put a 9 down here. Now, interestingly enough, if this wasn't here, this could very well be a 4, but it is here, so you can't. Haha, take that. I don't know. So what's next? This is 1, 2, 3. This has to be from 1, 2, and 3, and therefore there has to be a 2 in one of these. Okay. What else is, well, I do have a couple of Sudoku-y type of things we could look at. Like one of these has to be 6, and one of these has to be 5 because of these 2 pairs. We know there has to be a 3 on here because of this 3 and these 3. We know, well, actually we know these are just 4 and 5 because we have 4s looking up in all these. So this is a 4, 5 pair. Let's put that in. I don't know if that we can do the same concept. No, I don't think so. I was going to wonder if we could make this be a pair as well. I don't see it. We know the 5 is there. Okay, so no. These have to, wait, we have a 7 and an 8. What am I doing? This is a 9. This is not 9. This can't be 4 anymore. We know what these two digits are. They have to be from 1 and 2. So if this is 1 or 2, this has to be 8 or 9. We don't quite have a triple or a quad to work with here, which is a shame. What are these 3 digits? Well, this has to be a 9 just straight up, so let's put that in there. There we go. These have to be from 7 and 8. So this does have to be a 1, 2, 3 triple, but the 2 has to be in here. These have to be from 6, 7, and 8, but there's... I guess I did it with the 1. Let's just do it. I don't really like doing this, but we'll keep it consistent, I guess, for now. Okay, so what have we uncovered here? Is there anything we can do with this 10 clue? Well, it could... Is there anything we can reduce this from? I don't know that there is, because you don't really have a ton on the rest of these that are givens. We know kind of a general idea of what they are. So I don't know if I can do anything there. Can I do anything with this thermo? It's even smaller than this guy, but we ended up getting something working there, so maybe there's some hope. What can this be? It can't be 1, it could be 2, can't be 3, could be 4. It could be 5 or 6 even. Can't be 7. This is not turning out good. So this has to be a high digit, because the lowest this can ever get to would be 2, 3, 4. Wait, no, I'm just being stupid. It's either 4 or a high digit, is what I guess I was meant to say, but I didn't say it very well. Well, actually, this can't be 4, because if this is 4, this has to be 3 and 2. And then what do you put in these digits? They both have to be 1. So this is not 4. So it has to be 8 or 9. Those are the only 2 digits left over because of 5, 6, and 7 looking at this. So that's something. What about this digit? We know it can't be 1, it can't be 2, it can't be 3 for the same reason we said this couldn't be a 4. It can't be 4, so it could be 5, 6, and 7. Well, it can't, oh no, it's not, this is not a black Kropki dot. I almost got excited there. All right. What is next on the agenda? It's gonna have to be one of these clues, because there's nothing else out here that I can see unless it's just something Sudoku related. But I don't really feel like we have enough information yet to do too much with that. You know? Okay, let's look at these other clues and see what we can figure out. I don't think this is going to do much. If this is 5, this needs to be 6, because it can't be 4. If it's 6, it could be 5 or 7. If it's 7, it has to be 6. So it's 5, 6, or 7. Eh. What about this guy? What are our options? What are our options? Well, we have to have 1 high digit on here and 1 low digit, right? We've already got 3 high digits. So this last high digit is going to be whatever finishes this off. And then the rest of them are from lows and a 5 somewhere. But we can't tell where the 5 goes yet. There's got to be some way we can break this down, right? This one's being stubborn, I must say. It doesn't want to give up anything easily. Okay, what are we gonna do here? Now, can it be a... If we were to have like a 1-9 here, that would force this to be an 8-7-6. But then we'd have a 1 here, and we couldn't put a 1 here. We'd have to put a 1 with that. So this can't be 1-9. Okay, there's something. Can we take this any further? If it's 2-8, it can't be 2-8. We've got a 2-8 looking at it. This is not 2-8. Okay, so we're down to 7-3 and 6-4. I'm going to put those in. This can't be 7, so this can't be 3. This can't be 4, so this can't be 6. We've got a 5-6-7 triple, and I don't know where the heck that came from, but it seems to be working. Oof. Okay. We also do know one of these is 9, but that's kind of not helpful. What about this guy? We already had a 3-4 thing work out over here on this white Kropki. Let's look at this guy. If this is 3, this could be 2 or 4. Oop. If it's 4, it has to be 3. So that did not give me what I had hoped it would. Now, because we know what all of these are, we could kind of say, well, do we know this has to have a 3 on it? Because that will give me some information if we do. It's either 2-3 or it's 3-4. So yeah, there has to be a 3 on it. So there can't be a 3 over here. So this has to be a 3. Okay. Therefore, we know these have to be 1 and 9. Because that's all that's left in our row. Now, one of these has to be a 1. One of these has to be a 9. Let's mark the 3 here, just so I don't forget that. Alrighty. Well, we're getting somewhere very, very slowly. Can we do anything with this white Kropki that just opened up? I don't think that we can, because this could easily be 1-2. We know there's a 3 over there somewhere. We know there's a 1 and a 9 over here somewhere. We do have a 6, 7, 8, 9 quad now. But again, we don't know where the 5 goes, so we can't make a determination about the other ones being from the 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, there's got to be something here that's next on the agenda. If this is a 6, this would be a 1. These would be 7 and 3. These would be an 8, 9 pair. Okay. This is a 7. This is either 1 or 2. This is a 6, 4. These are an 8, 9 pair. If this is an 8, this is 9 and 7. This is 6, 4. That could be just whatever. Can we do it kind of backwards? What if this was a 3, let's say? This would force this to be an 8. This would be 9 and 7. These would be 4, 6. No, it didn't help me any. Boy. What can these be? 1, 2, 4, 8, and 9. What a bunch of garbage. Man, I am struggling here. Struggling. I don't know. I can't see what this is. Why it's... Oh, then, wait. This is either a 5-6 or a 6-7. There has to be a 6 here. Come on, man. Use your brain. 7, 3. Oh, can't believe I'm missing some of this stuff. This is not a 3. This is not a 7. This is not a 7. This is an 8-9 pair. This is a 6 and a 1. Get your act together, my man. This has to be a 2-3, so this has to be an 8. These are not 8s. Let's get rid of some stuff now. Okay. Let's keep moving. No looking back. There's no 7 on here. So this is just a 5-6. Which means this is not 5 or 6. That doesn't really do anything to any of these other items, though. And we don't quite have enough here. Okay, well, we got something. Now we've got this guy. Looking at an X, this has to be either 3 or 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got the exact same combination of my luggage. So we have to have a 7. No, it doesn't give me anything, though. Why? Why do you have to be this way? What about this black Kropki Dot? I haven't even looked at in the direction of this thing. What can this digit be? It can't be 1, 2, 3. It could be 4. Can't be 5. Could be 6. Can't be 7, 8, or 9. Well, actually, it can't be 6 because this would have to be 3. So this has to be 4. All right. Then this has to be 2. Okay. This is not 2. If this is 4, this is either 2 or 8, and it can't be 2, so now it is 8. All right. We're moving. These have to be from 5, 6, and 7. That does nothing, so I'm not going to write those in. I don't like putting a bunch of marks when I don't have to, because it kind of overloads the brain sometimes. Now we've got this Kropki that we have not looked at yet. Can we do anything with it? Don't know. It could be 1, 2. It could be 2, 3. It cannot be 3, 4. Can't be 4, 5. Can't be 5, 6. Can't be 6, 7. Can't be 7, 8, or 8, 9. So it is either 1, 2, or 2, 3, and it has to have a 2 on it. So therefore this is a 2 because 2 looks at it. Okay. Now let's get rid of this 2. We got a 1, 3 pair. This has to be 4 and 3. Okay. Okay. Getting a little hopeful here. Getting a little hopeful. What else do we have? Can we do anything with these? I don't think we can we? Well, we can. We need a 2. 2 can't go in any of these. It can't go in any of these, so it has to be one of these 2. The 4 has to go in this column, so it has to go here. So this just ends up being a 2, 5 pair. And we do get an X-wing and 5s, so one of these has to be a 5. We also need in this row 6 and 7, but there's nothing quite looking at it yet, so let's look for greener pastures. So we didn't open any new clues with any of that, so is there anything Sudoku related that we could look at? I haven't really seen anything, but then again, I haven't really been looking that hard, at least not for Sudoku specifically. No, I'm not really seeing it. One of these has to be, well, what are these 2 digits? They have to be 4 and 5. Okay, that's not a 5, so this is 4 and 5. Get rid of a 4 here. So these are from 1, 8, and 9. All right, if we got 189, we got 3, 5, 6. These have to be 2, 4, and 7. Doesn't do anything. Where else do we have? Let's go back to our Sudoku because we actually got something out of that, which I wasn't expecting. So maybe there's more to it. One of these has to be a 5. We know one of those is a 5. We know one of those is a 5. Okay, 6 is... Nope. We know one of these is a 7. I'm not going to put that in just yet. And one of these is 8. Those is 8. Yeah. 9. Not liking Sudoku that's not happening here. Okay. We've got to go back and find a clue that somehow is going to tell us what the heck is going on here. Just make sure I didn't miss anything obvious pointing at anything. Well, yeah, we did. Remember, said there's 1, 2, 3, 4. This has to be 1. This can no longer be 1 because we end up putting a 2 here. So this, if this was 1, this would have to be 2. It can't be. So this is 1. Okay, Sudoku's helping. It's refreshing the memory. These are from 2, 4, and 7. I'm going to put those in now because they're all givens. This is 8 or 9, so this has to be from 7, 8, or 9. We know there has to be a 7 over here somewhere. All right, what next? That 1 gives us our 3. Okay. We're getting hopeful here. Things are starting to look up. Just trying to find a clue that we haven't fully used yet, and I don't think there's anything left over. I think we are in the point where we have to do something Sudoku based. You know, one of these is a 1. We did get a couple new digits, so it's not terrible to look at this. It's also not great, but one of these has to be a 3. Well, this can't be a 3, so this is 3. Sorry, remember going back to our 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 3, so let's get rid of that. All right, so we did get a new clue in here. There has to be an 8 in one of these two. Is that correct? No, it's not. What am I thinking? There has to be a 7 in one, is what I meant to say. This clue doesn't look like it's going to give me a whole lot. All we know is it can't be 1, 2, 2, 3, or 3, 4. It could be anything from 4, 5, 6. Well, 4, 5, and 6. Well, if it is from 4, 5, or 6, there has to be a 5 on it. So therefore, this is not a 5. Okay. We just kind of rolling around, finding things here. That's going to give us our 6 and our 5. That doesn't help us here at all, though. But it's going to give us more information, which is all I can ask for. We know one of those is 5 already. Okay. About 6 does anything pop up there? No. Okay. Let's continue. What are these two digits? 6 and 7. Of course, there's nothing on there. Why would there be? I'm looking everywhere I can frantically to see if I could find something. This 4 means this isn't a 4. There's no, so one of these is a 4. Again, this is marking things that doesn't help very much. None of these clues that I've added have done anything for me. mean, I know one of these is an 8. All that says is, you know, one of these 3 is an 8. Come on, where is this thing? I feel like we're right on the doorstep and I just have to find the last little couple of digits. I'm going to put the 6, 7 in against my will. No. This one's being temperamental. I'll tell you that. It doesn't want to give up the ghost very easily. I know one of these is a 3 because I can't put a 3 on any one of these. Well, one of these 3 is a 3. Let's properly do that. And well, this is just a jumble of stuff that I'm trying to pick through. Let's look at our clues again. It's all we've got, unless we want to just dig through Sudoku. I don't want to sit here and just look around and not get anything for a while, because that's just boring content. Nobody wants to watch that crap. So let's figure out what we can figure out so we can figure it out. Okay, 2s. We can do 2. We have our 2, 3, 4 here. There's no 2s in any of these. So this is a 2. That gives us a 1 and a 2. That gives us a 9 and an 8. These can no longer be 8s. So this is a 7, 9. All right, there's something. Let's keep it rolling. Let's not slow down here. Come on. 9s, 9s. It's just not correlating to anything else. We have to have an 8 in one of these 2 because we can't have them anywhere else. So one of these is an 8, which means this is a 9 and an 8. Again, that didn't do much of anything. Thank you very much. And these have to be from 4, 5, or 6 to go along with that 8, and they're not a 5. Oh, we know that's a 5 over there, duh. Okay. Scanning back and forth, scanning back and forth. This can't be a 2. Is there anything else we can do with our 2, 3, 4 here? Well, we know this is a 2, 3. This couldn't be a 3. So this, I was correct, really, this had to be a 2, because these are 2, 3, 4 triple. So we need to get a 6 and a 7 in these, and an 8. 6, 7, and 8. We'll take this 8 out here because we know it's not an 8. So we get a 6, 7 pair. Again, it's not looking at anything. Can you please just give me something here? Ugh. 1s. Let's go through our Sudoku again because I'm getting lost. And I really just want to get this thing solved. One of these is a 3. So we've got a 3, 8 pair. That could be good. It could be. It's not gonna be. What has to go here? We have to have a 9 in one of these. Okay, so one of these has to be a 9, so therefore this is 1, 9. These have to be from 1, 6, and 7. There has to be a 1 here, and we can't have 1 there, so let's just put the 1 in here. This has to be from 6 or 7 because of this column. This is from 5, 6, or 7. We don't know what's what. 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, triple. This is not 6. Come on. Where are you, man? 2s, no. 3s. No. This one really is hanging on to dear life. Okay, this has to be a 4. Got that now. This has to be a 5. This never could have been 6, 7, 8. I don't know why I put those in. Hope I didn't mess up some marking there, because that would be very frustrating if I did. This can't be 4. Do I want to look at that real quick just to make sure I'm not screwing anything up? We know these weren't 7s or 8s. Or 7s. No, I was right, because the only thing left was 6, 7, and 8. I just didn't remove 7 from here. So this is a 6, 8, so this comes into a 7. Okay, that does work, and I can continue to go back in here. This is 4 and 5, and this has to be 6, 7, 3, 2, 4, 7, 2, 9, 7. See, all it takes is just a little bit of finding that one little thing, and then everything starts working out finally. This is a given something, right? It's a 4. So therefore we get our 5, 4, 2, 5. We're almost there. We are almost there. This has to be 6. So this has to be 7. This has to be 6. This has to be 8 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 5 and 7. These have to be from 9 and 6. This is 9. This is 6. That 3 gives me 8 and 3. And we are just about done. Thank goodness. We get a deep doot in the corner too. This has to be 8, and this therefore has to be a 9. Okay, it didn't say it was correct, but let's hit the check button. We solved the puzzle. Thank goodness. Okay. Oh, that one took a little longer than it should have. Just, I found it, I don't know, it's probably just me, but I found like I had to really pick at certain things to find the right thing. Not necessarily a bad thing, just like I said, and some like these other things where my brain just didn't see something because I wasn't looking in that direction. But as always, Fog of War Puzzle by Megan033, always good. Enjoyed it. Hope you all enjoyed it. The weather held up, at least for now, so this one should be good to go. And I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks.